Dear Eve, and welcome to Sibyl Tarot. This is a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. And Leo, I'm going to do for the next, till the end of the year, so to speak. So, over the next 6 months, what to expect. Okay, we're going to have a look at different topics here. We're going to look at your work, your prospects, your home, your needs, your luck, your desires, your friends. And we're going to have a look at love or sex, and then we're going to have a look at plans and goals, and then your personal quest. So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. So for over the next 6 months. So I'm just going to cut the deck here, Leo, and then we'll have a look as to see what's going on. So okay. So I feel for a lot of Leos now for the second half of this year, 2021, that you're going to bring in solid new change as such. But we're going to have a look. This is regarding like for your work, your career, or that, we have here in the past, we have here is the Queen of Cups. I feel to do with your career that you've kind of been taking a kind of a softly approach, um, maybe within your work with that, or maybe your heart is not in it, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? You could be whatever job that you're doing, your heart's not in it, or the day-to-day work with that. What we have here is the Sun card, and the Sun card talks about positivity, but it's positive change. Do you know? And I feel that, especially for Leos at this time, you're having your solar return, so you're kind of wanting a fresh new start. Do you know what I mean? Your solar return is like your birthday, you know what I mean? That it's in the sun is returning back into the sign of Leo here, and this is, the sun represents Leo. This is a major arcana card, and it's the Leo card. So it's kind of like that you're finding yourself now, especially to do with your career, that you kind of want a fresh new start, something that's much more positive. And then we have here coming towards you now is the Chariot card, and it talks about moving forward. Do you know what I mean? But it talks about kind of taking control of your life, especially when it comes to, your career or that, it could be as well for some. I feel that maybe you might be even looking to get a new car or that, that way, or you could be even as well that you're looking maybe even to get a break, a holiday break, a place somewhere in the sun. It'd be somewhere a bit, a bit tropical, especially here with the sun cards and the chariots. So maybe it's what it is that you need is a holiday, and they say and come back and have this, this kind of then getting this drive within you, you know what I mean, to move forward, to do with your work or that, to kind of get a nearly a second wind in you or that, For some it can be talking about changing jobs as well, with this chariot card, moving forward, moving away from your old type of work that you've used to do or whatever, like, and like that it says, a change is as good as a holiday. But, because I just feel that in the past with your work or that you're not getting, you're not being fulfilled enough, so to speak. Yeah. So I feel now the next three cards here we have here is the Five of Cups, and we have is the Two of Cups, and we have is the Six of Cups. This is to talk about, you know, your home life or your needs or that, you know what I mean? For some, like, you know, it can be talking about needs. It could be with the Five of Cups here that you maybe, for some Leos, maybe, you know, grieving over a loss of someone or that, you know, now it doesn't mean that this person has passed on. It could be more so, you know, to do with a relationship, and if it's to do with family, it could be most likely a family a member, you know, rather than a partner or that, you know. And this could even talk about, you know, a sibling or that, you know, somebody that you kind of grew up with, because we have here is the Six of Cups. So I feel it's more so to do with somebody that you've known from a very young age. So most likely it's going to be, you know, a brother or sister or that, you know, and you're kind of looking, you know, at this present time maybe to get that partnership back on track, you know. And as well as that, you know, with the Two of Cups here, it talks about, you know, somebody from spirit, you know, and this could be, you know, a family member that has passed on, is trying to bring two people together, back together, two sides of the family back together, you know. There could have been some type of fallout here, but this card for me, the Five of Cups, talks about a reconciliation, you know what I mean? There's a reconciliation, you know, can be had here, but, you know, both parties need to kind of, you know, want it and, you know, aim for the same thing. But with the Six of Cups, you know, it could be as well that you know, you just have a lot of memories that you shared in the past or that, you know, and maybe a few memories, you know, have not been so good. Do you know what I mean? That there could have been, you know, some type of loss there or that. But it is saying, you know, to kind of maybe to start afresh again, like, and probably as well not to be looking for kind of, you know, perfection where family is concerned. Do you know what I mean? To maybe have like a childlike innocence about you, you know, to kind of soften up, or, you know, to um take, you know, I'm not going to say a light-hearted approach, but, you know, as what used to be, what, you know, when times were good. Do you know that way? So that's just talking about family here, you know, and this might not resonate for everyone, but, you know, I feel very strongly that it is, and it's probably possibly to do with a sibling. Now it could be like that it's your partner's, you know, your partner's kind of after having a, you know, somewhat of a fallout, but I feel this fallout is in the past with this Five of Cups here, you know. And maybe that whoever it is that has fallen out, they just keep looking about the cups that are spilled. But what it is, you know, here with the Five of Cups, is to turn around to see these Two of Cups that are still standing, you know, that there's still deep love for each other there, you know, and especially if it's to do with family. And there's the Two of Cups there, that's saying, and this Kundalini here is talking about what you call it, bringing, you know, healing into a partnership, or that, you know, into a friendship, or into, you know, whether it's be to do with family. And just as I look there, it's, oh, it's 8:08 on the clock. So I do feel that that is very strong. It's very for some Leo there, it's something to do with a sibling or that, you know what I mean? And so now what we're going to look at for you, Leo, is your look and your desires. So in the past we have here is the Prince of Swords, okay, and then present we have the Tower, and then we have the Four of Swords. So I feel for some that, what you call it, you may feel, Leo, you know, over the past, maybe, you know, the past 6 months or that, that luck hasn't been really on your side. Do you know what I mean? And you could be as well that you've been waiting for, you know, some news to come in, you know, it could be news or just something to kind of switch things up, you know, to change things up, or that. It could be as well, you know, that you feel like you're constantly going, you know, constantly, or even, you know, within the mind or whatever, you know, constantly trying to keep on top of things, you know, or to move forward to that. But it's, you know, it's becoming a bit kind of overwhelming, you know what I mean, at this time, you know, uh, or whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you want, do you know what I mean? In the past, you've been very aggressive to get this or whatever. Not aggressive, I don't mean it like in that way, but very, you know, um, that you wanted to kind of happen. Do you know that way? And I just feel here now we have here is the Tower. I think for some, whatever it is that you desired, you could have been so much that you were so headstrong, say, like about getting it, that you kind of didn't maybe, consider the situation, or, the people around you, or that, and as for that, and this could even relate back to the family, of that there could have been some type of fallout, here with the tower, because the tower talks about, you could have lost a head with somebody, or somebody could have lost a head with you, that way, and words were spoken, harsh words were spoken, or that, especially with the Prince of Swords, the Prince of Swords, he can be very disruptive, that way, and it kind of, or you may feel at this time that the foundations, do you know what I mean, of, of this situation, or, with the people around you, that has been quite shook up, you know what I mean? But, and maybe I feel it very strong that somebody has said some very harsh words, do you know what I mean, that has caused a little bit of heartache towards you, Leo, or maybe you have done this to another person. But what it's saying, is for what you call it, to kind of take time out away from this, take a bit of rest from it, and as well, you see, this is what this holiday, you know what I mean, could be talking about as well. It could be the Four of Swords talks about, taking some time out, and it could have been as well, for some Leos, that um it's nearly like, in a sort of way, caused you like some type of breakdown, do you know what I mean, within yourself, that um just kind of like, basically, the shit hits the fan, and everything's just everywhere, that way, and it's just asking, you know what I mean, with this Four of Swords now, to kind of take a step back, and just to, relax, over this, or, if this hasn't happened yet, it probably will, but somebody's going to come in, and they're going to kind of be very, very straightforward with what they think, what their perception is of the truth. Do you know what I mean? And it's really going to shake the foundations. Do you know that way? And I feel definitely someone's going to lose the head, whether that be yourself, Leo, or somebody else losing the head around you. Do you know that way? And this is kind of gonna like, as I say, rock the foundation. But what it's saying here going forward is that maybe that you do need kind of time apart. Do you know what I mean? To reflect, maybe, on what has been said, or what has been done, or what has gone on. Do you know that way? And just to take a bit of time out, and this could be even just over a few days, or it could be like that, maybe that, you kind of just to need to take a break away from the situation. I'm not saying that it's to go over the 6 months or whatever, but you know what I mean, to take that time out for yourself here, because this is what the Four of Swords is talking about. Um, now, what have we got now next? So we have now with, oh yeah, so this could, because what we have here now is to do with, friends and support. So we have here is, we have the Prince of Wands, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Three of Swords. This could even, to do with a friend. This could be a friend that might be going through this. Do you know what I mean? That might be having this, eruption within their life, you know what I mean? And possibly to do with, their partner, or somebody that's very close to them, This could talk about sisters as well, feminine energy. But it is saying with the Prince of Wands here, or this could be a friend that's coming into you, kind of nearly coming into you to save the day, with the Prince of Wands, because the Prince of Wands is like the adventurer card. So this Prince of Wands could be coming to you, or you could be the Prince of Wands. Do you know what I mean? That's coming in, and I do definitely want to say for some, that you need a breakaway, a breakaway in the sun, or that, even if it's an average of 10 days, or that, you know what I mean? And I feel that if this hasn't happened now, what's gone on now, it will happen probably, within the next month or so. But it's saying like, because somebody here, is probably going to go through some heartache. Do you know what I mean? Some heartache, some heartbreak. Now, the Three of Swords talks about, a third party. So if it's to do with a partnership or whatever, like a relationship or whatever, could talk about, extramarital affairs, that, but it also can talk about, that it could be, it could be your friend's sister. Do you know that way? Or, you know, a family member of your friend, or a friend of a friend. Do you know that way? And here that you could be helping out this friend, or vice versa. This friend could be helping out, you know, and when I say helping out, it's just more so to kind of take it away, or you to take that person away from what's going on, that they need this break or whatever. Because we have here is the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is taking action. So someone is going to take action towards you, you know what I mean, or you to them, And with the Three of Cups here, it just talks about getting together. It could be even that you're just getting away with the girls, do you know what I mean? Like, because we have the Three of Cups here, Three of Cups, can talk about a girly night out, and that's probably just what you need, you know what I mean? Or that, but there may be some type of, some type of breakup here, you know what I mean? I don't really feel that it's more so to do, a breakup of a relationship. I feel that it's more so to do with siblings or something like that, or, a friendship or something like that, and maybe, as they say, two is company, but three is a crowd, so yeah. So the next now we're going to look at is the love and sex. So what we have here is the Ten of Pentacles. We have Ten of Pentacles here. We have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Pentacles. I just want to look at them here now myself. So in the past, Ten of Pentacles, like, it's lovely, it's having it all, you're having family, all around you. Love, family, friends. Pentacles is, with money, it's saying that you be you're financially secure, so to speak, financially stable, you have, as they say, the white picket house, or yeah, the white, was it the pink house and the white picket fence and stuff like that, um good family network around you, or that, but it also can talk about, there's a build up as well with finances here, with the Four of Pentacles. So it's kind of asking you to be a bit of a miser when it comes to your money, um especially to do with family, in around with family. It could be as well that you may be looking to get, for some Leos, maybe looking to get some type of work done, within the home here. And I feel that if it is, it's going to be, quite extensive work, like, that you're getting it, you're building an extension, or you're getting your attic converted, some type of conversion, or that, you know what I mean? And maybe that, you need to start saving, to get this work done, because I do feel with the Ten of Pentacles, it just talks about, expanding, and that. And then with the Three of Pentacles as well, you see here, you could be getting people in to have, to give you estimates on work of that, and they may want to show you their, the different jobs that they've done, and you may need to look as well. Do you know what I mean? And don't, and this is a kind of a warning as well for some Leos, if you are getting work done or whatever, don't look for the cheapest offer. Do you know what I mean? Don't be a bit of a miser now when it comes to your money, because you could find that, and also to look for, uh their history of work, so to speak, what it is that they've done, and that, because if you're penny pinching, you know what I mean, that you might not get the right, the right tradesman to do the job or whatever, so to speak, I just feel that that's around there, for a couple. But this is talking about, love and sex. So I kind of forgot, I kind of went off there. It's just that I could see it straight away there in the cards. But it's same with the Ten of Pentacles, that you, for some, and this could be as well, this could be to do with, another person, or that. For some, the Ten of Pentacles talks about an ending, you know. So it could be somebody around you that that the relationship is coming to an end, because tens are all about endings. And this is what might come of a shock. Do you know what I mean? With the tarot card, this is what might bring in, the tarot could be a bit of a shock to you, because you always thought that this couple were going to kind of last forever. You know what I mean? That they were going to have this Ten of Pentacles, they were going to have family, generations of family and that, going on. But the 10 can talk about, a breakup and ending like that. And I feel that if it is, that maybe one of the parties, or it could be even just yourself with that, like, that trying to hold on to it. Do you know what I mean? Trying to keep it, um, to keep it there. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they're keeping it there for the sake of the children or something like that, but you're not to this Four of Pentacles is saying, you know what I mean? Or it could be as well, because somebody has kind of blockages, to their heart, and they're, they're not the same person as what they were, when they first got into the relationship, you know what I mean? Their heart has changed, their way of thinking has changed, they're blocked off to this energy or that, it can talk about that. But it's saying, it's saying with this Four of Pentacles to kind of, to unblock, to kind of let go. Do you know what I mean? Because this is in the past. Do you know what I mean? This is in the past, as in what's, it's gone on already. So there's kind of no returning back, and you kind of need to let go of that thought, or, or that kind of, even if your heart says, oh, I wish, that couple to be still there, or that, you know what I mean? This is what it's saying, because we have here is the Three, the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is, it's kind of like, teamwork, a solid foundation, or that, like, but with the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles is saying not to hold, on too tightly or whatever, because there will be a new foundation, for this person, a new start. Do you know what I mean? Maybe even a new partnership or that, like, and that they can, this person or that, can start again. So that is just for, some Leos that might know of a person or that's going through that. So the second last one we have is the plans and the goals. So Leo, so for this even could be as well, Leo, for some Leos that are single, you know what I mean? What you call it, that there is, somebody has kind of, come into your life here, with the Prince of Cups, Now, if this is the case, this is, kind of happened in the last, say 6 months or whatever, this year, somebody's kind of come in and caught your eye or that, with with the Prince of Cups, like, and this could be that it's, you know, a very loving energy, or that, like, very romantic, you know what I mean, or whatever. But we have here is the Ace of Swords, and it could be, talking about a fresh new beginning. And this could be for not necessarily you, but I feel like that it is that, even if it is that you are in a relationship already, you know what I mean, that maybe your partner or, person is kind of being a little bit more romantic, you know what I mean? A bit, they're swooning you more, you know what I mean? Like, just more, being more loving towards you and that, and it's kind of like giving you a fresh, new, a new beginning, you know what I mean, within the relationship or that, or, that there's new ideas coming into the, maybe that's what it was, with a partnership that it needed to be kind of spruced up, do you know what I mean? So to speak. So kind of looking for new ways to kind of, brighten the relationship with that, and it's lovely, like, because the Ace of Swords, like, talks about victory, but talks about fresh new starts, talks about clearing out the energy, old energy or that, and especially here with the Prince of Cups, this is lovely, like, this is, and it's something as well, it might not necessarily even to do with a relationship. It could be something that you're very, very passionate about, that you have a deep desire for, because the Prince of Cups, is known as, the soulmate card. Do you know what I mean? So it's something that can kind of, stir up your soul, that you have a deep desire for it, so to speak, and this Ace of Swords is talking about being triumphant. But the reason why, as I say that, I think it's to do with a relationship with that, because we have the Hierophant, but it's also not necessarily with a relationship, but the Hierophant does talk about commitment. Do you know what I mean? It is the marriage card or whatever like that, or it could be like, a higher form of commitment with the sharing the keys here. But it can also talk about that if it is something that you've started, like, in your career or that, or something that a hobby or whatever, something that you're quite passionate about, there's a higher learning here with the Hierophant as well, that you're going to learn more, and especially as well with this Ace of Swords here, there could be actually even looking to go into some higher type of study. This could be just for somebody, it could be for somebody around you, Leo, if it's not for you. But I do feel that it's either to do with a relationship, that there's a higher, commitment there, or willing to, commit to put more effort in, even if it is that you're in a relationship with that. Um, but it also, for some, it can talk about, that there's a proposal of marriage here, because we have the Prince of Cups and the Hierophant, you know what I mean? That somebody's going to, um, there's going to be a proposal here for somebody, But with the last three cards now we have is, this is your own personal quest. Do you know what I mean? For you, Leo. So what we have here is the Judgment card. So I just feel, because I really, this is for somebody that, for a Leo here, and that has, kind of come out of a relationship, finished a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Because we have the Judgment card, and the Judgment is in the past, that you made your final judgment on this. You know what I mean? And that you want to kind of bring in the new, because this is in the past, and it's the Judgment card. In your present time, because what you are looking for is within any relationship or that, you're looking for equal reciprocity. You're looking for somebody, that as much as you give, they give back. Do you know that way? And this is what, this card is saying, that there's equal give and take, within the relationship here. And um what's coming towards you in the future. This is exactly what's coming towards you in the future. You know what I mean? Fulfillment in love, because we have the Ace of Cups here. This is new beginnings in the love area. So this is for a single, Leo who's probably come out of a relationship with that. And I feel that, the relationship is, it broke, if it is, it broke up all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It came out of nowhere, and there was harsh words that were said, and healing needed to take place, you know what I mean? And this is, saying coming now towards you in the future, in the next 6 months, like, that the healing has taken place. You're starting now to love on yourself first. This is what this Ace of Cups is. But the Ace of Cups also brings in the Two of Cups here, and I know we had the Two of Cups, didn't we? I know we didn't. We had the Three of Cups or whatever, wasn't it? Yeah, the Two of Cups, sorry, what you call it, yeah. So we did have, that Two of Cups, and that will come, and that's for, Leos that are single or just recently come out of a relationship. For others as well, it can talk about, like, if you're in a relationship, you've made a judgment on this to give it another go. You know what I mean? Because it's in the past. Because the judgment talks about past, present, and future. You know what I mean? And it's always making a judgment call. Now you've decided that you want to give this relationship, a chance. And but therefore, you know what I mean, you have to take each other's considerations, into account or whatever like that. There has to be equal give and take. And this Ace of Cups talks about renewal. You know what I mean? So renewal in love. And this is what this Prince of Cups here could be. You're being just a little bit more, you're making that little bit more of an effort towards each other, which is lovely. But if it's nothing to do with relationships whatsoever, or that, if it's just, say, to do with career, whatever the situation is, like I say, once again, you have made it, a choice, a final choice about something. Now, you could be looking back and going, have I made the right decision? Do you know what I mean? With the Judgment card, you're looking back and going, did I make the right decision not to take that job or whatever, you know, whatever it may be, you know. But it's saying here, you know, that it's going to pan out for you. You know what I mean? It is going to, you know, there is going to be equal give and take here. For some, they could have even gave up a job, you know, to go into some type of charity work, you know what I mean? Or that, you know, just, you know, helping people as well. But what you don't see coming, Leo, you know, for the next 6 months, if it is, you know, that you've made some type of big decision there in this year, so to speak, you know, and you're wondering, is it going to pay out? It will. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to be, you know, quite content, uh, quite fulfilled. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to bring a lot of peace into you, you know, peace, calmness as well, like, you know, and feeling emotionally fulfilled. Do you know that way? And whatever it is coming to you, you know, it's going to be like that. It's, you know, because of the hard work that you've put in, the hard effort that you put in, you know, in the last while. Because you see, this is what this card talks about, you know, all this hard effort getting paid out, you know what I mean? And because that you kind of stuck to your guns, Leo, you know what I mean? So you made the decision, you made the choice, do you know what I mean? And you said, right, that's it, final. Now it's time for me to move on. And it's just saying that, you know, the universe is going to bring you then a gift, you know, for doing this, you know what I mean? For kind of, you know, standing on your own, kind of taking charge of yourself, your own life or whatever. And something new is going to come in here for you. So it's a lovely reading, Leo. I hope you liked it. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Cheers, Slán.